How's it going, guys? So today we're going to talk about floor jacks. I'm going to show you on paper what the best floor jack, what the best bang for your buck is right now. Okay, so I want to start off by saying this. I've been through a lot of floor jacks in my day. Basically, I started out with Craftsman. The Craftsman floor jacks, if you got into that before, I'd say pre-2008, you probably got a pretty good jack. If you got a Craftsman floor jack recently, you probably got a Chinese piece of crap that was worthless. So I went through that a few years ago, and I went from the standard steel $100 Craftsman or $89 Craftsman floor jack, and the problem with those are they were junk. They wouldn't go low enough to get under some of these BMWs, and that makes it difficult. You're trying to pick up on the fender, try to get under the jack point, and they would work sometimes. If you had a 3-pump, they wouldn't work. Anyway, I moved on from the steel jack. I moved on to the $250 aluminum racing jack that has the one roller on the front. That thing was the most worthless jack I've ever owned in my entire life. It was not strong. It was super sketchy. If you kept bleeding it, it was temperamental. That jack was going to kill me if I kept using it. So I returned it. Also, those aluminum jacks, if you jack something up and it's a little bit uneven or the weight's not quite right, the whole jack will actually bend. And if you jack something up a few times with it, the front roller doesn't want to roll, the bearings are garbage, on and on and on and on. So went on from that. I don't really remember. I've had a few other ones. I don't remember off the top of my head what they were. I ended up finally with a Cobalt Jack from Lowe's. And the Cobalt Jack, I still have that. I just want to use outside because it's semi-worthless, but it's not too bad. And it goes from like the low end all the way down is like 4 inches-ish. And it might be 4.5. And the total height when you jack it up is only 19 3/4. 19 3/4, you can use it for bigger jack stands, but what you have to end up doing is you have to jack it up, put it on small jack stands, then you have to use a block or something sketchy to get it high enough to get on my big 5 and 6 ton jack stands. If you're pulling a transmission or something like that, you have to get it higher than your standard jack stands. So anyway, I still have that. I'm gonna go show you that right now. So this thing, I mean, I've had it for a few years now. It's been pretty good. It does have plastic wheels on it. For being outside, that actually is not a bad thing. They're a lot wider than the regular wheels that you would get with a jack this size. But you can see overall, I mean, that might even be 5 inches, and it has a very short arm on it. This thing leaks. That's why I don't have it inside. That's why I purchased a new jack to keep in the shop. I don't have the coating on the floor. I don't want oil or anything to get on the floor. Every time you use this one, you have to fill it up. But it's just a piece of junk I keep outside. It get rained on, doesn't matter. And eventually one day it's going to stop working and I'll throw it in the trash can. So what we bought here, we went to Harbor Freight. I did a lot of research. This is the best you could get for this kind of money today, and I'll show you right now. That is the Harbor Freight jack. This is only a 2-ton. This is the T-handle. What I like about this, you're not having to try to twist the damn handle. I hate that, because when a jack gets some age on it, the handle's hard to twist and it gets unpredictable. So this one has a knob you turn and it lowers it down. Then it has a 3-pump. It says 3-pump. It's probably more like 5-pump. Seven and a half pump, and then it's all the way up. But look at the length of this arm, and this has basically a 24 inch. It's like 23 3/4, and 4 more inches of lift don't sound like much, but my friends, that's all the difference in the world. And this is how this one works. This was $139, so this is actually cheaper than any aluminum jack. This is cheaper actually than almost any jack. And you turn it and it goes down like so. Perfect. And what I like about this too, what I did not like with the Lowe's jack, the Cobalt, is whenever you pump this one, it actually raises pretty quick. Already halfway up. And you know, it's only 2 ton. Are you ever going to use anything that, are you going to jack anything up that weighs over 2 tons? No, you're not. Even a diesel pickup, what is that? 6,600 pounds? 6,000 some pounds? A lot of people think that gross vehicle weight is what the truck weighs. It's not what the truck weighs. Almost any standard pickup, even a dually, is less than 7,000 pounds. Everybody says, oh, my truck's 8,000, 8,800 pounds. It's not. So you can lift 4,000 pounds, 2 ton, with this jack. The front of a truck or the back of the truck is not that heavy. Any car is not that heavy. So unless you're gonna lift the whole car with one jack, which you're not going to because it won't work, this is more than enough. It's supposed to be the best you could get today for $139 or anywhere even close. Now, this thing is so low and so wide, it's perfect for what I need. It's about almost a foot wide, the wheels in the front. And you're only talking about up to a knuckles depth. You know, was it a little over 2 inches, I believe? That'll get under any car, and that is huge. Has a nice wide, sturdy frame to it. A lot of other YouTubers use these jacks. Tommy FBI uses this jack. If you look in those guys, most of those shops, you'll see this jack floating around. This is a Pittsburgh. I'm not advocating for Harbor Freight or Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh makes some okay stuff. They make some stuff that's total junk. It depends on what you want. This is one of their better products. So yeah, that's my take on floor jacks. That's what I recommend right now. Now it is getting close to 100 pounds for that jack. It is a massive, massive jack. It's about 3 foot long. The width here is right at 3 foot. So it's a massive, massive girl. So that's it, guys. Other than that, we're hanging out in the shop today. I need to run to Lowe's. We're staining this wood, about to get fumigated by doing that because it stinks. And we got some stuff put up on the front. I'll show you here real quick. I don't want to spoil it too much, but this is how we're ending up. And I was not sure if I was going to like this or not, but now that it's up, it looks really good, I think. So we're going to have basically the border all put in, all the side slats, and then we'll come back and double the edges of each door. And then we'll make some kind of cross design. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, we're short a couple pieces of wood. We're short another gallon of that really expensive stain. And I messed up a little bit. Luckily it's not going to matter because it's going to be covered with another board running down. So we got pretty lucky on that deal. These doors, I'm going to have about 250 bucks in these doors. They should be pretty decent. You know, I don't know. You guys don't want to hear no more about it. I'll do a video on that later. That's it, guys. Thanks. All right, so we're at Copart in St. Louis. My friend Kevin bought a Nissan Murano, I think. Like I said before, Missouri auctions, if you don't have a dealer's license, which in Missouri is impossible to get just about, unless you're filthy rich, you can't bid on hardly anything at all. He got lucky, he found something without it, having a license, and we're in the pickup lot right now. You can see here, probably not supposed to film in here, and this guy beside us is picking up some kind of junk Buick or something, I don't know. But a lot of this stuff is like Ford Explorers, minivans, 90s Nissan stuff that isn't worth 600 bucks perfectly fine. It's wrecked. So I don't know. We're going to go back to our out-of-state things. I had 2 in the watch list from Missouri. It looked like I could bid on them. They were both BMWs. I could not. So on the way up here, we watched it on the phone. Couldn't bid on nothing. So we're going to get away from here, get this thing loaded. We'll be back once we have it on the trailer.
Backed up the suspension, the bolt tires are turned a little bit.
Yeah, something's going on with it. So here's
Turn to the left.
Here's Kevin's Murano, Nissan Murano. I don't know, he knows somebody has a parts one of these. Got a little ding in the back bumper. What year is this, 2009?
Like 6 or 7.
Oh, 2006 or 7. It's good tires on it. And it's got a little damage on the front here. And it probably looks worse on camera than what it actually is. Ooh. Seat's kind of rough. How much is this peach? Like 500 bucks?
Yep.
Well, with everything.
Everything's like 860.
Yeah, with fees it's like 860. So I don't know. We're gonna try to get out of the city for traffic hits. The wind's blowing super hard.